Alright guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Psychic Medium Raymond Guzman, and today I'm going to be doing a celebrity psychic reading on the one and only Drake. This was a requested video by one of my viewers, and so I'm just going to dig in deep and tell you what I see for the remaining of 2018 going into 2019. So a while back I had made some predictions, world and celebrity predictions, and I believe this was in 2017, but you can go to my website and the link will be listed in the description box below. And I had said that I had seen, some issues with Drake in his career, um, legal issues to be precise. And later on, that was validated later that year that I had made the predictions for. So as I tune into Drake's energy right now, I feel like he's going through a major shift energetically. I feel like where he was like on top of the world, and there was a lot of happiness right now in his mind, his soul. I feel like he's going through a process of, trying to find his place again. I feel like he has had, the success that he has wanted to have, and he's reached those heights and those levels, and he has a lot of friends, but um, when it gets into his soul, I feel like he is not, the happiest person right now in his life. There's a sense of, a lot of associations and people that would surround him where he just doesn't feel like he can trust everyone in his social circle. It's always like there's this carefulness with him. I also feel like he is going through a rough period right now, spiritually. There is some kind of conflict that is going on within his life, and I feel like this may be more associated with within his family, and also potentially someone that he would be seeing. And I feel like just things are not going the right way with him um, in this particular area. I do feel like he also has the tendency to, what I see is that he has the tendency to fall into entrapment. And what I mean by entrapment means that there are certain, behaviors that would be unhealthy. This could be alcohol. This could be other things. I'll just leave it at that. And it's very possible with Drake's energy that he would fall into some kind of temptation with those things and struggle to get out of it. Of course, for shows and public, appearances and stuff, he would be sober and people wouldn't, really suspect. I feel like it's almost like, what's the word I'm looking for? He does this almost like occasionally, not something that he would do daily, but he can get to that point of daily. And I feel like there's people around this person, around Drake, that would have told him, that he needs to kind of like stop that. It's not good for his health and it is affecting him. Um, I do see down the road within the next 2 years that there are going to still continue to be scandals with him legally and with other people, other celebrities that are in the music industry or entertainment industry. Um, when it comes to love, he's dated, quite a bit of different people. I get a lot of karmic baggage connected to him, and I feel like one of the recurring themes is loyalty on his part, him being loyal to his partners and not trying to accelerate things, and take them to a faster pace. Because I feel like when he gets into it, he wants to settle down, but part of him doesn't. It's the part that is the player side to him. So Drake would be someone that is considered, by many to be like a male player. And I feel like this is where his karmic lesson comes into play. In order for him to find true love and really settle down, it would require for him to really, change things about himself, about his personality, and the way that he sees things. But I feel like he also is very influenced, easily influenced by people that are around him. This would be people that are his friends, people that he works with. So it's like he doesn't really listen to his inner voice all the time. He's always, listening to other people and trying to make other people happy at the same time as well. Um, and I do get that he would have had conversations with people around him who would have told him, that he needs to, kind of start, thinking in terms of his life and even though he's a millionaire now, start thinking in terms of, settling down and having, a family. I mean, ultimately, his parents, they want to, and his family, they want to see him, happy and have grandchildren and things like that. But I just feel like right now he is taking life as it goes, and just trying to enjoy life. But there's still this sense of, not being able to fully enjoy, because I feel like there's so much pressure that he has put on himself and other people have put on him, and expectations that he needs to meet. So again, there's different things that he's dealing with. The karmic baggage, that's one. Um, Addictions, or unhealthy behaviors, whatever, because I'm trying to be as respectful as possible. And then the other thing would be, um, him trying to just change certain things about himself. So there's three different things that he would need to work on, as far as that's concerned. I do feel, like I said, there are going to be other legal issues surrounding him, and we'll hear about it in the news. I also feel that he is trying to reinvent himself, so to speak, and try to keep his music fresh and everything, because I feel like it's going to get to a point at some point where, his good looks is not going to just be enough for the music. It's, for him to sell his music. It's going to require more of a reinvention of sound. So I feel like he's going to experiment, and we may actually see more electronic music influences, um, in Drake's music. I know that may sound out there, or more pop collabs. I know he's done, mainly R&B, and rapping, but he's done some pop before. But I feel like he's going to be working with producers that he normally wouldn't work with, for his next album, to get that new, fresh sound, etc., out, within the next 2 to 3 years from now. Um, I do see, and I do get that he is like moving towards. It's almost like he wants to move towards some other career as well, and I get like it would be acting, mainly acting. I know that, I believe. I mean, I'm not familiar with Drake, but I keep hearing acting, so I believe he would have done some kind of acting at one time, or there's just something with acting, and I feel like he will be going back into that slowly, for his career. So this is another facet of the shift that I'm talking about, that he would be going to. Another thing with Drake that he would need to be very careful with is that I feel like he's going to enter a relationship within the next 2 years, um, with a female, and the female that I get, I feel like she is, someone who may be after his money. And I know that people would be like listening to this and probably saying, well, who wouldn't be if, you're with, someone who is as rich as Drake, but there's a lot of females that have self-respect and that have their own financial independence, and they wouldn't rely, on any man, or woman to support them, because they have their own business or their own career. But I do feel like Spirit is wanting me to bring this out into light. So this is something, if he happens to listen to this for any reason, just be very careful with the relationship that you're going into next. Because I do get that this female, could actually, cost you a lot of money, down the road, and there could be false accusations, with the person. I feel like they're going to have a good bond, genuinely get along, everything's going to go very well. But I get that at the end, it would be a bitter separation, and what separates them is that he's going to see something in her. This time it won't be him cheating. It will be something where he sees something in this person that is just not genuine, not authentic, and very controlling. And I feel like she will sell him out to the media, throw him under the bus basically, and air out dirty laundry. So he's going to have to be very careful with his relationships from here until about 2 years from now. But I am getting that that is, going to happen. So that is just something that he needs to be very aware of. I also get with finances and where his money is concerned, that there would be some loss. So I feel like if he's not in control or asking for regular spreadsheets once a month, to keep in track of his assets, most celebrities don't. They have an accountant or a financial specialist, that really looks at their, their finances. He really should be looking at his finances, because I feel like there's going to be someone that is perhaps overspending or using a chunk of his money. And it's something like we would see with Johnny Depp, how they did Johnny Depp. But he needs to really look at his finances, because I see a lot of money going out and he's not getting a lot of that return back. Even though he's making millions, there's millions going. So definitely needs to be very mindful of his finances and really, really inspect them himself. Ask for a spreadsheet. Ask to see, what are your expenses versus your gains, and really try to keep that quarterly, like a quarterly report, and check it throughout the year. Um, I feel like he does trust the people that, genuinely, that he has in his team. So he may not really take a look at it, or he may glance at his balance, on his account. But this is something he really needs to pay attention to, and really, really have someone that he can trust, if he can't do it all the time, to run these reports and really, do a comparison. I also do get that there is a female in his life. This is somebody else. This is not a relationship, but this would be a younger female that could probably be like a prodigy, or someone that he's working with, or someone that is a close friend of his. And she is struggling right now. And I get that she would be African American. Um, and I get that she is struggling with something, and it feels like it's almost like a relationship herself. And I do feel like Drake does come in as like a big brother almost to help this person. She's much younger, and she's very light, has dark hair, very light skin, and I would say she's in her early 20s, like 22, 23, somewhere around that age group. But there's definitely something where she is looking up to him. They have like a close bond, like a brother and sister type of bond. And she's just going through an emotional problem. And this comes up later in 2019. But it could be already happening now, slowly, that she's going through that. And she always goes to Drake or texts him, or has that communication with him to really, just find a peace of mind, because he is very wise, regardless of everything that is going on in his life. He is a very wise man, and I feel like he's experienced life, so he has a lot of wisdom when it comes to this particular area of his life. Um, and I do get also that for Drake, one of the other things that he would need to watch out for is something with his vehicle. Whenever he's traveling, or they're taking him, transporting him, really needs to check the vehicle very closely, have people check the tires, because I keep hearing accident, and I don't know if this is going to be an accident that he would be having that would be publicized. But I do get that there's a potential to have an accident in a vehicle with Drake. So again, this is just something not to bring any kind of fear, but just to have that level of awareness when it comes to Drake. Um, and when he's going, transporting, not flying on airplanes, but actually being transported from one location to the other in a vehicle. And I feel like most of the time he's either chauffeured, or there is, if he does drive, it's very much, whenever he has a chance. But I feel more like this would be an accident that happens when there's a chauffeur. Um, so that's something that's coming up within the next 2 to 3 years. But could be much sooner. But I do get more like this happens around 2019. Just be very careful with that. And other than that, this is what I see for Drake for 2018 and 2019. As far as children are concerned, I do see at least 2 children in his future, but I get them from 2 separate women. So I had to throw that in there, because I know that was a question that was asked. That's what I see for Drake, and I want to thank everyone for tuning in, for your tremendous amount of support. It's awesome for me to be able to do this for y'all. So if y'all have any other celebrities that you want me to do a psychic reading on, please comment in the comment section below. For those of you that have already commented, I've seen the people that you want me to do a reading on, and I have it listed. So if you want to follow me on Facebook and Instagram, please feel free to do that. And also, if you'd like to set up a private reading with me, you can go to my website. That's www.raymondguzman.net/shop. Blessings and love and light. Have an amazing day.